Hey guys, in this video, I'm going to show you everything you need to know about training in Brawlhalla and how to practice to be a better player. Alright, so go down to offline play, training. Now you're just going to pick the legend you want to practice on. It doesn't have to be, like, you don't have to think too hard about it, because I'll show you how to change who you're playing in-game. I'm just going to pick Taros. Alright, so also, I like simple map like Brawlhaven. Although, you could practice like platforms and stuff. Alright, so let's talk about the settings and how to set all this stuff up. This is the legend you're playing. You can switch to anyone that you want to. So, I'm going to switch back to Taros just for now. You can also switch your skin, color. All that stuff doesn't really matter as much. But this is another thing. You can actually give yourself a specific weapon. You don't have to wait for, like, you know, the random weapon drops. All right, show damage. We're going to talk about each thing and just start one at a time. So, you walk up and you do an attack. And it tells you the damage, 21. You can see what certain moves do what damage. Cool, pretty simple. And obviously you can try that with every weapon. Every weapon has different values. Well, let me use the settings. Give me an axe. 18 damage. 18 damage. 11. 11 plus 17, that's definitely math. I'm going to turn that off and we're going to move to the next one. Show stun. What the hell is stun? Okay. Basically, you see how he's turning blue? And then he's not turning blue. When he's blue, he's in stun, so that means he can't really do any inputs. He can't dodge, he can't move, he can't attack. So the purpose of this is you can practice your combos. So like for axe, let's do side light jump nair. Dodge window 1. That means he could have dodged and it was not true. That was true because that text didn't pop up. I'm gonna do the same thing for hammer. See, that had a dodge window of 3, so that's not a true combo. This is a true combo. See, because that window, that text doesn't come up, dodge window. Same thing with that, stomps air. That did have a dodge window of 10, so that's not a true combo. He has an opportunity to dodge. All right, let's move on to the next setting. Hitboxes. Yeah, it's not too useful, I would say, in training because like the moves happen really fast. Maybe if I swap to somebody like Sir Roland and gave him a lance. See that, you can actually see it a lot better. That block in front of the lance, that is where somebody's going to take damage. I'm going to set this guy to jump real quick and I'll show you this stuff later, but just for right now, we're going to have him to jump so I can hit him with the SIG, right? So right there, he didn't get hit by the lance itself. He got hit by the hitbox itself, which actually goes above the lance. It's kind of the fire of the SIG. So yeah, you can go and check out, you know, how your signatures actually work, and not just signatures, but you know, normal attacks too. It works for anything, right? Whatever you can think of. All right, I'm gonna take that off and let's do hurt boxes. Okay, so this too, right? You can kind of combine these two. So the hitbox and then the hurt box. So see, this SIG is going above his head. I'm never going to hit him because he's grounded. And my hurt boxes are up above him, above his hurt box. So let's try another SIG that actually will hit him. Because I'm bringing the hurt box to him and actually hitting him. Not that complicated, but still, I think it's worth explaining. So I'm going to take that off. Item spawning. Yeah, that's these things on the ground here. You can turn them on or off. You could have them off because, like I said, you could just come up here and give you any gadget you want. You know, I didn't even know you could like give yourself a flag like that. Okay, but yeah, you can give yourself whatever weapon like that, or if you wanted to, I don't know, practice your throwing arm. You could do that too. Let's tab over to the bot settings. So you can also change what legend the bot is. So like if you wanted to fight somebody with a pretty high defense, like 7, you could do that and see like how much it actually takes to kill the guy. Yeah, you can change him to like any legend, right? So skin, yep, that's self-explanatory. You can have him look like whatever. If you have a certain hatred against a certain legend. For me, being a Taros main, Caspian's one of them. Yep, and same thing, you can give them weapons or whatever. Then also, let's get down here to AI settings. I'm going to talk about each one. So jump. So if you wanted to practice certain moves like the Sir Roland earlier, or like Taros's Insig, you know, you're never going to hit him standing, but you can practice this, or any combos you might have while they're jumping. right? All right, let's go to the next AI setting, attack light. You can use this for if you wanted to like try to clash with him. And also test out like weapon priorities and stuff. You could do that with it. Personally, it's not something I use a whole lot. Same thing with heavy attack. He's gonna start spamming SIGs. But like the whole point of showing all this is that you have control. I'm just demonstrating what can be done with it. What if I gave him guitars? What does that look like? He's doing neutral airs basically with attack air. Evasive. Yeah, he's gonna be moving a lot, trying to dodge my attacks and stuff. Let's see what that looks like with gauntlets. See, he dodged right there. Not quite like a normal bot fight though, but it is something to consider. All right, pushover. I guess this is a weak version of that. That's kind of just standing around. Okay, yeah, he's definitely not as attacking as much as he would in evasive. Let's go ahead and give him a weapon though, see if that changes. Okay, the SIG. But yeah, he's definitely not throwing out attacks as much as evasive. He's definitely more of a pushover, if you will. All right, easy. This is just setting the bots to fight on those difficulties. So easy, medium, hard, extreme, chosen. I'm not going to go through each one. But chosen is a pretty good fight, but it's manageable. I mean, manageable, and then like he takes me out, right? But I'm going to go back and give me a hammer. Axe. Yeah, the chosen bots, they like to do funky things. He's actually pretty clean. But yeah, they like to do a lot of wake-ups. That's their weakness. Yeah, they like to attack constantly. That's kind of their weakness. I mean, the aggression is good. You just got to get used to it. Let's bring him back to stand. I'm also going to try to put him in the middle of the map. All right, so dodge reaction. I want to skip that one. I want to come back to it. Yeah, I want to skip these. Let's come down here to damage reset. So basically what this is, so timed, even if you're juggling them in the air, their damage will reset. See, right there, it reset while he was in the air and he wasn't grounded. But when it's grounded, it's whenever he lands back on the ground. So let's see, he's still yellow. Now he's back to white because he's grounded, not because it's off a certain time and in the mid-air. Just depends on how you want to set that up. What I like to do when I come in here, position reset. So he's going to snap back to that spot after a certain time. See? And then you can kind of just keep practicing combos. And then he snaps back. But yeah, you can combine those two. So you can combine the position reset and damage reset, where if you're practicing like a certain string, you don't have to wait for the character to come back. You can just keep practicing it, right? And this is just the stuff you can do. But yeah, anyway, let's do a little bit with swap back over here. Let's get a hammer. And then now you can take that and instead of doing the jump reaction, attack reaction, or dodge reaction, you can actually come back over here. Now that we have damage reset and position reset on, let's show stun and damage. Let's start combining all this stuff. That's a true combo, 27 damage. Dodge window 23, they have a lot of opportunity to dodge with that. And this is just kind of the stuff I do. I'm going to up his damage a little bit because it's easier. You can set whatever damage you want him to reset to. So he's kind of like a light yellow up there. We're going to do what's called the Russian Mafia here. It starts with a stomp. Then you're going to jump. And then as you jump, you're going to chase dodge to the right after landing that. Like that. That's what it looks like. Right? Next is a recovery. You're going to recover right after you start that chase dodge forward input. Like that. Like that. And if you get it quick enough, like right there. Oh, I messed up. You can get the combo true. Just like a stomp stare or stomp sidelight. This stomp on hammer is the start of your combos. Another way to do this is you can use a gravity cancel. It kind of makes it a little easier because you don't have to do the jump chase dodge. You can just stomp straight forward chase dodge recovery. And you can just practice it this way. It's a much easier version, but it can be done grounded too. Just a bit harder. Let's up the damage a little bit. Let's see if we can actually get a follow-up attack off the Russian Mafia. That was a little slow. Oh, that wasn't right. Dodge window of 2. Let's put the damage up a little more, like the kill range. Oh, that was... Let's hit him with a Sare. Dodge window of 9, right? So, now that we're here, now that we're seeing this dodge window and it's a kill opportunity, we can add one more thing. Let's add in dodge reaction. So what this means is instead of that number coming up telling you how many frames they have to dodge, they actually will dodge. Right? So he hit me with a spot dodge because that's what I set it to, neutral. Or if I set it to up, he would dodge up. Right? And you can practice that stuff. Like if you're using this stuff in your games, or if you do the combo wrong like that, he'll dodge too. Right? If you notice people dodging a certain way in your games, you can practice catching these dodges. Like, let's say after hammer sidelight, I like to follow up with down sig on Taros, because it usually catches that panic like spot dodge kind of thing. What if he dodges to the right? Same thing. At that damage, yellow damage, I know if they like to dodge away, I can snag them with the down sig too. What about if they dodge in? You just wouldn't chase dodge and same thing, right? But if you chase dodge, they are going to get away from the down sig. What about up? Okay. Well, if he jumps again, though... Yeah, or if I don't chase dodge, I'm not going to hit him, so what do I do now? If my opponent likes to dodge up. You can just jump Sare. Alright, let's up the damage and see what it looks like then. Right? If they like to dodge up, or they like to dodge, let's say upright. Oh, well, you got to go a little further for that. You got to do a dash jump Sare. If they really like keeping their distance, playing it safe, you just follow them down. But yeah, that's kind of it, right? It's just practicing whatever people tend to dodge. I mean, the ultimate thing is to set this thing to random. Combos still, just to verify that they are true combos, because he's set to the position now where if I do this a little slower, he's gonna dodge, right? Like that. But if you're doing it quick enough, it is indeed a true combo. Not too useful, I would say, for somebody like Taros, because, you know, he doesn't really have his fame due to dodge reads and stuff. You just kind of don't have to. He just does big, simple hits. But one of my other mains, Sean. So... if you were to do this, okay, that's like jarring to look at. Let me turn off the damage. And I kind of don't need the stun. I'm going to keep it on though. But yeah, so, you know, the combo starter for gauntlets is sideline, right? And catching this dodge is super important. I'm also going to I'm going to lower his damage back down to 0. So yeah, you can come in and you can practice. If you don't want to go as hard for something like random, you can just do spot dodges, right? Or dodge up, right? You hit him with a recovery, then follow up. What if they want to like dodge down? Keep going for that. Hit him with more follow-ups. Or, you know, if they like to dodge to the left. That's how you're going to get better. It's just by like being ready for it. But yeah, that's basically as much as I know what to do, at least. If you do have a different opinion about any of this stuff, I am active in the comments, so just let me know, dude. Yeah, and I'll talk to you, you know. Alright, y'all, thanks for watching. Hey, listen, like I just said, you know, if there's anything you want to say in the comments below, I'll reply. We can talk about it. And if you want to see more of this content, please subscribe. Also, I will be streaming Brawlhalla, playing ranked and stuff on Twitch, so hop on in if you got some time, man. I'd appreciate it. Alright, see you next time.